Hello, everyone out there in webinar land, and hello to the massive audience here in the Surrey Green Room in Waits, University of Surrey. My name is John Weinbrand. I run the Film, Animation and Digital Arts Master's course. I am the director of the Centre for Creative Arts and Technologies, and many other things besides, depending on what time of day it is. So I'm really delighted to welcome you all to this very special webinar seminar launch, all about a very mad virtual production competition. So a little story before Christopher comes up on stage and introduces himself. About a year ago, no, more than a year and a half ago, I got a little note from Christopher Chen, who I will introduce you in a minute. And he said he's got this idea for a virtual production competition. So I said, that sounds great. How can we help? And he said, yes, it's a virtual production competition. And I want to model it on those old style game jams, animation jams. So it's going to be 48 hours, teams of 3, and no more. So my response was, you're out of your mind. But I kind of knew that anyway, because I've known Christopher for quite a long time. But a year and a half later, so first of all, we had a go at that 48-hour virtual production competition, which was mostly in Asia and one team in the UK, I think, which was University of Surrey. But just before we started our endeavors with our 3-person team, the LED wall which we borrowed couldn't arrive. So we had to suddenly switch our technology to green screen, which is very hard. But there are people on this webinar who will show you that it's not that hard. But in any case, so I want to introduce you, first of all, to Christopher, who's going to come up on the stage, as it were, and tell you all about the competition. So thank you, Christopher. Big applause. Whoa, look at that.
Hey, thank you, John. My name is Christopher Chen, and I'm the founding director of an organization based in Tokyo called Asian Virtual Human Association. And the thing is that when we try to register this association in Tokyo, they say virtual production was taken, the name is itself. So we just have to live with virtual human. So that's one thing. And if I can put up my slides here so I can see it. Yeah. And before it comes up, some results I can share with you guys. 2023 was the first year we did this 48 hours virtual production competition. In total, we had 56 teams participated, and they are from China, Japan, Taiwan, Malaysia, Thailand, UK, Germany, and US. And most of the teams, yes, as John just mentioned, they are from Asia. And I have this friend, and he is actually from a UK company called Brompton. And Mr. Elijah runs the Asian Pacific operation for Brompton Technology. And one day he told me that since you guys have done this contest, why don't we share more outside Asia? And we kind of, thinking to ourselves, why not? Because in the past, we've been learning a lot from Europe, or we say from US. And maybe it's time we can share more to each other. And yeah, I can just continue talking before the slides comes up. So yeah, and so the virtual production itself, actually, personally, I've been speaking to quite a lot of companies in Asia and also schools. And a lot of times people see virtual production as quite attractive, but they also see some anxieties, if I can put it that way. And first of all is that people often ask, do they need to put up LED just to do virtual production? And my answer to that in Asia is always like, well, if you can afford it, by all means, put it up. If you cannot afford it, there's still good old-fashioned called green screen, which can make your entire life a lot easier. And you can still produce pretty much the kind of a result you want. And I believe one of the speakers, Matt, will be speaking about on that topic. He can share more. Yeah, that's Matt over there. And the other thing is that, okay, I'll just speak from my memory then. Okay. And the other thing is that we find, especially companies, studios in Asia, I speak to, they lack of talents to do the virtual production they are required to do by their clients. And the reason is quite simple, because education system in Asia, or should I say probably around the world, is pretty much siloed. So meaning that you either teach digital assets, you learn how to do it, that's one subject, and then coding, one subject, and then filming, another subject. But for virtual production, I have this theories that the kind of talents we need will be like a T-shape, meaning that you still have your very strong center know-how, your domain, but horizontally, there's a lot of things you need to learn, need to know. Otherwise, you don't know anything about filming, you don't know anything about coding. You get into company have to train you from zero, and companies don't have time for that. So this is another phenomena we're seeing, and my slides comes up. So the image you see here, this was created by one of the participating teams from China in 2023. And I can tell you, those students participate in the contest had a real great time. In fact, I can go down to the next page, please. Right. So I was speaking about the second point, upfront investment for LED. And good thing about this is the technology moves so fast, especially when I speak to studios in Taiwan. Most of their staff need to work on the case on hand, so they don't have time to chase technology. So basically, this is another phenomenon we've seen. And so during today, another speaker is from, it's Patrick from Brompton Technology. And I especially like their company because they always talk about the key essence, color, from their technology. And I think this is a great thing for audience to learn. And talent shortage, another third thing I just mentioned. And I find it the same in China. I speak to a few studios there, and they need talents. And the fourth point I want to mention is client perception. So in the Tokyo seminar we did back in May last year, the second largest media company, Hakuodo, from Tokyo, they actually come to learn what is virtual production and why is it important to their clients. So I think the responsibility, or say the things the industry as a whole should do is that for those people who may not know anything about production, we'll need to let them know how virtual production can help them with their needs. And another example is that when we did seminar November in Taipei last year, one pet food manufacturer actually came to the seminar. So you probably imagine, why will a pet food manufacturer want to learn anything about virtual production? Because at that time we were promoting that using green screen, you can actually use a very low budget virtual production. So they have this idea, they want to produce videos for cat lovers. And for dog lovers, it's another kind of a video. So the production requirement from them is it's getting higher and higher. Next page, please. Yeah, and to sum up a little bit, we have been expanding fast around the world. So we actually signed the MOU with the Thailand Computer Graphic Association so they can promote virtual production in Thailand. And there are two kinds of seminars we do in general. Today we do is a 4-hour seminar where you can hear the input from all key stakeholders. Another workshop we did actually 5 times last year in Taiwan, China, and Japan is that we did a 12 hours workshop. So in the 12 hours workshop, we make sure that each participant get the project file, and they'll need to write a 1-minute storyboard from this project, and they need to finish shooting after 12 hours. So this has become so effective that the students, also sometimes the teachers, they participated in the 12 hours workshop, and then they feel more confident that it is entirely possible, John, to finish a 2 to 5 minute video within 48 hours after the 12 hours workshop. All right. And yeah, and also I went to Tokyo September last year to visit one of the teams, actually 2 teams. And I do find when I sit down with the studio owner who lent their facility to this student team, because school doesn't have the facility. And the owner was so happy. He said that, hey, you guys may not need to finish your school, just come to work for me. Because he saw how the students created the good stories within 48 hours using his facility. So, you know, when we run company, we do interview all the time, right? So we talk to people. How long can you talk to one person? 30 minutes, 1 hour? But in the contest, that's 48 hours. You see the students being given the topic, which is light, and come up with a storyboard, draw something, build up assets, and doing the entire production process. I think as an owner of the studio, you know right away whether this person will fit into your culture or not. If after 48 hours you still don't know, I think you have a problem. Yeah. So this is another thing I want to share with everybody, especially those who are on the line. I know today we have 60 registrations from 15 countries. And so we can use this event to spread all the information around the world. And the contest for 2024 is on the website. So you can see the link there. And we welcome people start to register. And this year we have this honor to have sponsorship from all the sponsors, about 55,000 US dollars. You can see the details on the website. Next page, please. Right, and the result of 2023 is we had 56 teams from around the world, 28 from China, and we have partners from the industry, 20 partners. And yeah, so it was quite a successful event itself. Next page, please. So the next video I would like to show you is that we started to plan the May 2023 contest from actually August 2022. And we had this assistance from quite a few universities and companies from around the world. So please run the video. Okay, so a lot of footage you can see from the video I just show you. And for those who haven't got the chance to participate last year, I'm really hoping you guys can put together to join the contest this year. And for the next one, yeah, and as I mentioned, so the contest was given the same topic, and we'll send it out by email to each participating team 10 minutes prior to the starting time. So meaning that, for example, last year, 56 teams, right? So same topic, but 56 kinds of ideas, how to tell a good story. And for those of you, maybe you don't, how can a 2 to 5 minute be produced with a good story? So this one is the champion last year and were won by a Beijing Film Academy. So I think it'll be great if you can just watch it through and see how a team of young students can use the limited time and expand the virtual production. Please. Okay. Yeah, so I think here I'll start to talk about some rules for the contest itself. So you can see that they actually use some post-production techniques. And we're still learning how to run this contest. So this year we have a new rule, which goes like the weight of virtual production will need to take up to 30% of your entire length. So this is the rule which is different from last year. And with that said, I would like to take some questions from the Zoom or audience from the here. So do we have any questions? Right. Okay. So let me repeat John's question. And it's like, can people actually do a proper video production within 48 hours? So let me answer this question from a different angle. Is that I have the you guys probably know that in filmmaking there is a process called pre-visualization, which is using software animation mainly to produce the whole idea. In US, I guess that's been done the entire film. But the first step of pre-visualization is called pitch vis, which is a short video which conveys the strong point of your original story. So from our perspective, within 48 hours, are we looking for a extremely finely made video? No. but we're looking for a good story which can lead to the development of a good IP. And that's the essence of this whole idea. And we believe especially when we see the students from 2023, and they are just enjoying the limited time and really, really expand their creativity. And that's the beauty of mankind. We're not AI. We are kind of driven to create, to produce.